been put through a table. I've been hit with kendo sticks.
My God, my heart broke when he announced his final run.
I think about that on a daily basis, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I have to put that as my best memory, and I had to say it on this show.
Peacock is somehow not as good as on the WWE Network.
Welcome, everybody, to a very, very special episode of Hot Takes and Headlocks. This one I'm dubbing the John Cena Retirement Roundtable. Saturday night's main event just ended. I've got feelings. I've had feelings all day today, just knowing what was going to be happening tonight, wondering how it was all going to end. I'm reminiscing so much about all the memories I have of John Cena. I got so much I want to get off my chest. I'm sure everybody out there, you guys have a lot to get off your chest, and we're all going to be doing it here together. This is a safe space. All things John Cena discussion is on the table to be talked about. But you're not just going to be hearing it from me, guys. We have a round table of guests joining us right now. Coming up from Fyro Entertainment.
Ha!
There he is. There he is. But that's not all. That's not all. We got one more coming up right now. Mets 21-28. What's up, guys? I'm so glad you guys are able to be here for this. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me on.
This is actually my first time on the show.
Same here.
I'm so happy to have you guys, man. So, did you watch all of Saturday night's main event?
Tried to, but I was like 2 minutes behind Pyro.
Yeah, I was trying, but with Cena's match, I had to kind of do some spoilers on Mets because, I mean, it was too exciting to not blur it out. You know what I mean? But I tried for the other ones. I let Mitch call the other, or not Mitch. Sorry, I usually do things with Mitch. Mets. I let Mets call majority of the show, but yeah, I was a little bit ahead of Mets, so it took a lot.
Ah, man, that happens. That happens sometimes. Sometimes the streams are not fully in sync with all the others, but you know what? It's fine. We got to watch it. Mitch, I appreciate the kind words. This is part of the setup that I've been working on back here. So I appreciate the kind words for that. You know what? I want to start off just by saying what I think a lot of people are saying. I heard it going on in the arena, but I want to start off just by saying thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena. Because the guy endured so much crap, and he always came through no matter what. When the audience absolutely turned on him, and now you look at tonight, and I'm hearing the chants, right? Thank you, Cena. Let's go, Cena. And I'm so wired to hear Cena sucks right after that, but I heard nothing. I heard nothing of Cena sucks after hearing Let's Go, Cena.
Agreed. I mean, there's no reason to at that point. You've got to give the man his flowers. His last match, the whole show was dedicated to him. There was actually, I thought they announced that Cena would be first on the card, but I guess after everything they heard, oh, well, I'm not going to watch this then. Well, now you have to, mother fricker. Now you have to. Yes. And it was a good show. Let's be real. That women's match was really good. I didn't have much hopes for that women's match. It was really good.
I give the show an 8.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Very fair. Very fair. I'm looking back to Cena's final minutes on air. I don't think he knew everyone from the locker room was going to be coming out, surrounding the ring, clapping for him. I thought that look that he gave was very genuine. I don't think he knew about that video package that they were going to be playing for him after the match either. So I think that was genuine as well. But I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I was just holding out for that little glimmer of hope that a Rock appearance might come out of nowhere.
You're staying with me. I sold you. You sold your soul to me, motherfucker.
Yes. Yeah,
Right?
exactly, man. We need a
Yeah.
payoff for that. We
Nah,
need some
man,
kind
it's
of
done.
payoff.
Rock killed that instantly. It's done. And when he took his sneakers off in that ring, I mean, that right there just, man, that really hit hard. I mean, because we saw the Dudleys do it this year. We've seen other people, remove their boots and put in or give it to their opponent or set it in the ring, and it just, damn, so emotional with Cena doing it. The armbands, going a full Triple H with it, like it's just
Wish they had I wish they had allowed that to stick with The Undertaker in 2017, but no, they had to bring him back for one match every year up until he decided enough was enough during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yep. And who do we got here? BFFL69. I'm pissed. Dude, tell me.
Boston
That's what
fans
we're
alike.
here for. Why are you pissed?
Let's talk
Tell us
about it.
right here. Let's talk about it. Exactly.
The time is now. Let's talk about it.
The time is now. Truer words have never been said. Tell me why you're pissed. Let's let
Tell
all
John
these
Cena.
feelings out.
Tell it to John Cena right here. He's right here in your face. You can't
But
see
I
me.
think best he's pissed at the fact that Cena literally, figuratively, and literally took a dive by going against everything he stood for just by tapping out.
I didn't take it that way. I truly didn't. I could read that situation like a book. What I saw from that moment is Cena just giving the fans that last hurrah. We saw it with what I'll say is the moment was very Undertaker-like, but the loss was very Kurt Angle, or even Dudley's. Like it felt like, okay, I'll say it like this: it felt like Shawn and Flair. It felt like Shawn and Flair because when Flair was just like, "Give it to me," and tears in his eyes, just give it to me. I'm done. That's literally what it was. It's like, I'm done. I can't fight no more. It was like Cena was just like, he's doing everything to me. I've given you guys everything. I can't anymore. And it's just that type of tap. It was just such a slow tap. And it just, it's one of them things like, if this is the last thing I'm going to give to somebody in the ring, I'm going to give them something I've never done before, other than for two other people.
Raph is in the building. Raph, tell me what you're feeling, man. Tell me what you're feeling after the conclusion of that show. Listen, I'm watching here with my kids. I got an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. My 8-year-old stayed up for the whole thing, bawling her eyes out.
Oh,
bawling her eyes out. Not even for the Cena tap, but it really sunk in when he was doing the bow. When he kept doing the bow. Pyro, you mentioned it, leaving his gear in the middle of the ring.
That symbolizes it.
Yeah, walking to the back, one last bow, just finally understanding this is it. There's no more John Cena afters. Bawling her eyes out. And all day I thought that was going to be me.
Me too.
Yeah.
I spent like $80 today because I was like, if I'm going to cry, I better cry with no money. I better cry with something valuable in my hands.
Yeah, man. What about you, Mets? What were you feeling during those last ones before he went to the back?
I was feeling like, I guess, frustration, grief, relief, basically the whole 5 stages in one basically emotionless yet apathetic shot. Because I don't really show a lot of emotion on or off camera.
Yeah.
Outside of pure unmitigated rage. You've seen most of some of my other stuff.
Yep.
But in this case, it's a bit of a nice final farewell.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find it weird the way he tapped out? Like,
I mean, I saw the troll smile.
Yeah. I saw that too. It's like, and I'm like, what is this? What was that for? Who was that facial? Who was that facial for?
And I was like, You son of a bitch.
Did you guys feel that Gunther was the right opponent?
Yes and no. On the
Same.
one hand, it was a nice first, last, and only time match between the two. On the other hand, the styles don't really mesh. Cena is more of that cat. Gunther is a pure catch and tech specialist with a power game. Cena is just come off as more of a pure brawler and all rounder. There, when you look at how his career has progressed.
Yep. And I was hearing in the commentary, and it looks like they're gonna keep rolling with this, man. They keep calling him a machine. I heard Terminator several times, so it seems like this is gonna be the new Gunther going forward, where they compare him to a machine / Terminator. I guess his gimmick is gonna be retiring people. So next year, AJ Styles might be next for Gunther, and
I'm calling it now.
Who knows who else?
I'm calling it now. January 31st, 2026, Royal Rumble. Gunther's leaving in Saudi Arabia, the WWE champion.
Bold prediction right there. Very bold. You don't see. I would say that I think I agree now more than ever that they may be going in that direction. But prior to this, I had Sami Zayn pegged as the next Royal Rumble winner.
I think that's what Mitch was saying too.
No, I was saying Gunther wins the title from Cody at the Royal Rumble, not.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I got my wires crossed.
Because you know how rare. Because we all know how rare it is for the title to switch hands at the Rumble itself.
For sure. Oh yeah, very rare.
It's only happened in 91, 92 when it was part of the title match of the Rumble match itself. 97, 99, although you can put an asterisk next to that one. 2006, 2016, 2017, and hasn't swapped hands since then.
Dude, you're like a wrestling encyclopedia, man. Holy cow.
I would have 7.
I can absolutely remember 2006. But all the others, goddamn, man.
The 97 Rumble was the first one I actually watched on pay-per-view.
Yeah?
I'd ran the 94 event from Blockbuster a couple of times. And the others, when WWE was still doing that pay for a match, $1.99 on their website, I would go back and watch some of the old archive stuff.
Good shit. So let me ask you this, guys. Have you guys had the pleasure of meeting the GOAT in person?
No.
Watched them live, but never met him.
Closest to a GOAT I've crossed paths with was last year at WrestleCade, and I met plenty of them. Kane, Kurt Angle, crossed paths with Sting, the Hardys, Ron Simmons, JBL.
That's me and the GOAT right there. January 3rd, 2006.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
January 3rd, 2006, during his first world title run, right before Edge cashed in the first ever Money in the Bank.
So that would have been January?
Yep.
New Year's Revolution.
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
Only time I ever met him. But
that's crazy.
He definitely wasn't like super cool, super cool guy, but like he definitely didn't have that reputation that he ended up having. You know, all the Make-A-Wishes, the title wins. Like he didn't have that reputation yet. He was very, very early into his carear. But
this is the only thing I have of his. Grant, this is the edited cut, the censored cut.
You know, I've only ever listened to the 2 songs, My Time Is Now and Right Now. But like just the other day, I was like, you know what? Let me listen to this entire album. And never realizing like he dropped some pretty dope lines in every one of those songs on that album.
I've listened to a few of these. I mean, Make It Loud,
They're
Right
really
Now,
good.
Don't F With Us, Time Is Now, which somehow got on one of the Rock Band games.
No way.
It's a download. Granted, it's downloadable content.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, I thought Bad Bad Man was a sleeper hit on that album. That was a good one.
Didn't he perform that one live too? Like live in WWE?
Yeah.
On Raw?
In the build up to his SummerSlam match with Jericho.
Yeah. That's funny too, because I would have loved, you know what I would have loved to see in that timeline would have been like Fozzy versus John, like a what was it, Trademark or whatever. I would have loved
Trademark.
Yeah, I would.
Cousin.
Yeah, that's true. I would have loved to have seen Jericho, like how Rock and Cena did their rapping. Like I would have loved to have seen Jericho bring Fozzy, Cena bring Trademark, and they would just do like a battle of the bands, really, you know.
And I only saw one of John's movies in theaters when it came out, and that was The Marine. Kind of your traditional cheesy action flick.
Marine? Yeah, I guess, yeah. I thought from his early movies, I always thought that Rounds was really good.
12 Rounds?
Oh yeah.
But again, that's just a cheesy action flick.
Hey, it's a John Cena flick. I'll take what I can get. If John Cena's on it, I want it. And that's how we got it tonight, man.
I think the last WWE film I ever got to see was The Condemned with Stone Cold.
That's another good one. Definitely a good one. So going into this match, what would you say your guys' expectations were?
I got everything.
About what I was expecting, but I was thinking it was going to go like 15 to 20 minutes at best. I wasn't expecting it to go like, 23 minutes? 30?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I absolutely was. I think this was, I mean, if John Cena's going to be in the ring for a last time and he wants to milk this as much as he can, give him all the time. It went into overtime. Like, it went into overtime of what Peacock was expected to be over at. And that's the thing. I know there's not literally an expected time. I know that's just put for Peacock, but I think it went 15 minutes over. And, I mean, Cena, when he says he's going to give it all, when he says that's going to be, it's going to be a match where he gives everything he has, he gives his word every time. And the finish was just one of them bittersweet moments. The match itself was just high action. I didn't like how Gunther was basically being the Super Cena of that shit. I think it's weird, the psychology of taking 4 attitude adjustments and kicking out of all of them and then just instantly getting up. That's just weird to me. Like, I know Cena's older, but this is the same guy that took out Rhodes, took out Orton, took out Punk, took out all these guys in this year with that move.
Salute, AK.
AK, what's up, my man? But I always thought that, the Super Cena, every single person now doing the Super Cena bullshit is just weird. I mean,
to me, that moment kind of was reminiscent to WrestleMania 21, Angle Michaels, the match of that night. After Kurt is yelling at Shawn to tap out, he gets sweet chin music, bare minimum kick out. Shawn gets up, and then Kurt just rises from the grave and traps him in an ankle lock that goes for about 5 minutes before Shawn taps out in excruciating pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that kind of felt like.
Sure. I mean, and that's cool because Shawn and Angle were there. And I think there were a lot of moments that gave him homage. Like, I remember a moment when Cena went to the top rope at the first time. The first thing I'm thinking is Gunther has a powerbomb in his arsenal. And the other thing I'm thinking is, Batista, bro, don't do it, bro. Batista, don't do it. But he connected it, and that was that. But there were a lot of moments in that match, that game, that gave what he did or what other people did, and the whole career wise. And I just thought it was a fun match, at least a fun match. John Cena went overtime. Who the hell cares? And it was just a hell of a show to have.
You guys, this round table, I'm loving it because this is just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We got AK in the house, and then coming to us live right now, we have the captain himself, Raph. Welcome to Hot Takes and Headlocks, my friend.
Salute to everybody else. Raph in the building. And I just wanted to tell you there is one word to describe John Cena. Legendary. Because the first time that I just saw John Cena, it was back in 2003, 2004, when he was on his Dr. Thugonomics era. And I was going to tell World Live. And it totally blew me up because since the first time that I just saw John Cena all around for these movements, his gimmicks, it really thinks that he could be like the next big thing, that it changed the impact, it changed the culture of wrestling back in 2000. And of course, for the 21st century. And I had the feeling, because I just watched like every John Cena matches, and one of my favorite rivalries of all time, it got to be John Cena versus Randy Orton. Never forget those moments. And to be honest, right now, when you describe the greatest of all time, John Cena is unbeatable, untouchable. He's undeniable, unstoppable. I mean, he changed the whole culture of wrestling 21st century because not only he made a great influence for our generation, but of course, he made us really important for our childhood, and he made a great impact for the young kids because he's a true role model. I mean, what can I expect about John Cena?
Well said, man. Very, very well said. His reputation in the ring and outside of the ring, great, man. I can't think of enough great things to say about him.
Neither can I.
Oh yeah, man. Have you ever had a chance to see him live?
Oh, yes. Because as a matter of fact, that was back in 2021. That was the first and only time that I just saw John Cena on Charlotte, North Carolina. That was in a WWE live event. There's no TV around here. That was
was a
like the
house
first
show.
and only time. Yeah, that was a house show.
Him versus
And I was there.
Mysterio against the Bloodline in a 6-man in the build up to the Slam.
Yeah, exactly. That was back in 2021, and that was on August. And I will never forget that moment that I just saw me train for the eyes, because not only Rey Mysterio was there, and of course I was wearing a Rey Mysterio mask, and of course I was like totally great because I know that when I just looked John Cena, I was like, man, what opportunity to be alive. And I know that was like the first and only time that I just hit him on live. I wish I can saw like a little things more in real life, but I gotta tell it. I mean, since then, but I was on WWE Live on Charlotte, there was like a lot of fans dressed up like John Cena, and I'm just like the only one who dressed up like Rey Mysterio. Just like, oh look, there was Rey Mysterio because I know that I was wearing a mask of Rey Mysterio. That was exactly like at a house show, and people are just really crowd because people in Charlotte, North Carolina, loves John Cena because all the people with because I was in the front row. It was in the front row watching from the beginning to the end.
I was still pissed he didn't show up for the Raw taping back in February.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
And I was at the Raw taping.
Oh, you were?
I was in the seats where the cameras don't usually pan to.
What was the vibe like there?
It was good. I mean, Daytona 500 winner William Byron showed up to drive AJ into the venue.
Sweet. AK, I haven't heard from you much, man. What are you feeling right now?
Hey, what's going on, Joe? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man.
Mitch told me you were
That's how
doing a
I'm
live tonight, so I figured I'd hop on, bullshit a little bit, and say what's up. Uh, Listen, I as far as the match goes, dude, I enjoyed watching the match. But you know me, dude. I'm a straight shooter. I say it how it is, especially when it comes to wrestling. Um, I did not like the tap out. I will say that. I think because of his legacy, because of everything that he brought, and leaving wrestling better than what he found it, he deserves to go out with a W. Um, but I will say this.
I mean,
I really did not like the fact that right before he tapped out, he smiled. I don't know if y'all caught that.
I
Mhm.
did.
I understand that it was the last thing, but that kind of took the realism out for me. You know, because I don't know if y'all have ever been choked out, but it's kind of hard to smile when that happens. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So
Fair enough.
I,
Fair enough.
I don't know, man. It kind of felt like that was Paul's middle finger up to us saying "fuck you." I'm gonna do it my way. Uh, you know, I love the tribute at the end. I think that was the best, perfect way to send him off. You know, shit could have even had it a little bit longer for all I care. You know, he deserves it. But as far as the match, man, I think we got robbed of an ending, and obviously the crowd felt the same way. You know,
True.
so
I mean, in a way, comparable to this, about a couple of years ago, I had purchased the final Keiji Muto event from Pro Wrestling Noah off of Wrestle Universe, and it kind of felt similar to that. With there were points in the match where Muto was teasing a moonsault, and at 60 years old with a hip deformity, that's a no-go.
yeah,
Against Naito, and he just couldn't bring himself to do it. And then they tease a quote-unquote bonus match between him and Masahiro Chono with Taiga Hattori as the special ref. Ends in a minute and a half with Muto tapping out the Chono's STF. Mostly because Chono had retired due to back issues and couldn't get that legit final match against Muto.
What are your guys's when you guys think back to all the matches he's had, rivalries, what are some moments that you think back to that come top of mind real quick? Like for me, for example, ECW One Night Stand 2006, that crowd, that hot crowd. If Cena wins, we riot. He throws the shirt, they throw it back. He throws it to somebody else. They grab it, they wipe their ass with it, and then they throw it back into the ring. Like
Yeah.
that's just one of the top ones that comes to mind for me, especially seeing that RVD was in attendance tonight live.
Absolutely.
For me, I'd have to say WrestleMania 22, where Triple H and Triple H had those contrasting entrances, with Triple H being like a medieval monarch coming out to Motorhead's "Behold the King," bow down to the King, rest in peace, Lemmy. And Cena, along with some of the indie wrestlers, including a young CM Punk, dressed up like Prohibition era mobsters, and Cena coming out with a Thompson. And the fans were still booing him because they were pro old school wrestlers like Trips.
Right. That was still that transitional period, even though Cena was the champ, right? Like it was still transitional period. They hadn't been sold on him yet. Fyro, what about you? Let's go to you next. What are some top moments that you think of in his career?
Man, I'll do some because it's just really hard to pick one. Love that match, by the way. That's actually Cena versus Triple H. Is one of the first DVDs I bought. For it was like a best of DVDs for like Ruthless Aggression, and that was one of the matches and one of my favorite WrestleMania matches of all time. I would say Punk for sure. Punk. That whole rivalry is just so legendary.
Hell yeah.
And then I would say Rock, just because the match, the WrestleMania, what was it, 28? WrestleMania 28 match was just Oh my god, amazing. And then the other one I would have to say, whew, what's another one? I would have to honestly. This is honest. And this is because he was there complaining tonight. He had a really good thing with Miz back in the day. I
Mm.
have to say Miz because it's not something that a lot of people are going to say, but it's something that I have kind of studied. It's just one of them things where, and of course, I was when I was a kid, like that was one of the main things as a kid. Um, it's just one of them things. You see elevation with that. You see the push that they're giving Miz. You see, Cena taking on both Miz and Riley. You see, Miz doing his cheap antics. That was the start of how Rock and Cena even happened. Like you can always go to Edge and Orton. You can always go to those guys, but I always try to see like Seth Rollins. Okay, that's another thing that I really liked growing up was his rivalry, and it was at least a year-long rivalry that we never realized because you had the Authority and that happened. But then you had Royal Rumble and that triple threat, and then later on you had the U.S. title on the line and the broken nose, and I mean it's another one of them things where Cena was trying to elevate a talent as much as he could, and he truly did, and he always. Other than some people who gave their stories, okay, but but you really see all these guys who are world champions or future world champions, and Cena was a part of that.
Definitely, definitely. Raph, let's go to you.
Oh man, I mean, it's gonna be really tough, but I'm gonna choose one of the biggest moments that I just saw as a teenager. Never forget when John Cena come back on Royal Rumble 2008, and he was the last one. He eliminated Triple H to make a ticket to WrestleMania. That was one of the biggest moments that I just saw ever in the whole life because when the whole people in the Madison Square Garden in New York City, they're already, it was a number 30. And the number 30, surprise, John Cena was there. And also, there's another moment that I would like to discuss, which is like once in a lifetime, John Cena versus The Rock in WrestleMania, different editions. I mean, they just create like a fusion of talent, skill, and of course, greatness between two guys. John Cena and Dwayne Johnson, as known as The Rock, in different editions, main event of WrestleMania, which is like, wow, that was like really amazing because those both wrestlers, like The Rock and John Cena, they have very something in common. They made a lot of history. They won titles, and of course, they're electrifying matches that all the people could love to enjoy it, watching all over again.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. And their styles, like all the guys that we're talking about that he faced, like their styles different, but they all worked with each other. Uh Pyro, he said in regards to CM Punk that he's his wrestling soulmate. Like I never like it's so interesting for him to say those words because like in his opinion, like he thinks that CM Punk is like he's the guy he's the guy that he works best with, and I never thought about it that way. I always thought it would be Randy Orton that he would think of as his wrestling soulmate, but he picked Punk. He said for Randy Orton, the one word he used to describe him was smooth, and
Mm.
that fits for him as well too.
And you're saying that you thought Orton would be the wrestling soulmate because they basically came up in the business at roughly around the same time, with
For
Orton
sure.
getting the call up a couple of months earlier because of his wrestling pedigree, being the grandson of Bob Orton Sr. and his dad, Cowboy Bob Orton. Basically, the nepotism card played for Randy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. AK, what are some what we're going to you next. What are some moments of John Cena's career that come top of mind?
Well, I was actually only going to do one, and Pyro said it earlier, and that was the one with The Rock, man, at WrestleMania. Because in my mind and to a lot of others, especially the ones, that were not kids. No offense to anyone here. I don't mean anything by it. I'm saying us guys that were kind of in our 20s and lived through the Raw era with The Rock and Stone Cold and them, uh, when that match happened, that was in our mind The Rock handing the torch to John, which was a very big pivotal moment in wrestling. So that one definitely holds true and real to me because that's my childhood ending and my adulthood starting and the generations passing on. You know what I mean? So that match definitely holds some pretty significant value for sure.
Yeah, dude, I agree with you. I think it's fair to say we all felt that way when it came to that passing of the torch moment between them. Uh, you look at the similarities when Hogan passed the torch to The Rock at
Yep.
WrestleMania 18, and
Mhm.
then you have that similarity with The Rock passing the torch to John Cena WrestleMania 29.
Or if you want to go to outside other companies, when Samoa Joe handed the torch to Austin Aries at Final Battle in 2004, or Sting more or less passing the torch legitimately, even though he didn't really have to AJ Styles at No Surrender in 2009. And
Yeah.
or when KG that same months earlier that same year, Keiji Muto passing the torch to Hiroshi Tanahashi at Wrestle Kingdom 3.
Yeah, all great examples. I can't think of any better ones than that. And that's. Did anyone else think this when Triple H had John Cena looking up uh, at the screen and they were playing the tribute video? Did anyone else think that video was gonna be an announcement that he was gonna be inducted into the Hall of Fame? I thought it was gonna be a straight up Hall of Fame induction
Oh,
video.
No, not really.
I didn't think so.
Pyro and I said that at best they were going to hold off on that until 2027.
2027.
That would have been a good time, though. Truly, that's a good point. That would have been a good time to do it. Damn, doesn't be really fucked an opportunity for that one. Okay. all right. That damn, I didn't think about that until you said that, man. That's a good
That would have been a good opportunity,
damn,
right?
that's a good observation.
Raph, what do you think? Do you think that we still have time for a John Cena induction announcement for the 2026 Hall of Fame, or do you think that we're still a few years out from him getting inducted?
No, they're gonna wait for like until 2 years because I know it's gonna be really early. Because after we just saw for like the last match, I think it's gonna to take like over 1 year or 2 years to get inducted at the Hall of Fame. Because it's not gonna be like it really quickly at all. Because there are some other superstars who wants to be inducted on the year 2026 and probably in 2027 we can see John Cena be inducted at the Hall of Fame. So let the time will always have to do with some superstars that always get a really forgotten or they have a really huge impact. But I can seriously clear John Cena be inducted at the Hall of Fame, but not the year 2026, but it's gonna be on 2027. It's gonna take 1 to 2 years to make it happen.
So, of that famous class of 2002, that famous OVW class, who do we think will be the first one to get inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Batista.
Batista.
He's actually owed a Hall of Fame induction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
He wants that so bad too. He wants that so bad.
Yeah, I forgot about that until you mentioned Batista. Yeah, he's owed a Hall of Fame induction.
If he is inducted into the Hall of Fame, I would feel cheated if he wasn't inducted the same time Cena was, because those two literally started and held the Ruthless Aggression era together in different brands. Those guys were the ones that had the rocket on their backs, and I know Cena stayed longer. I know Cena helped the PG era when Batista couldn't, but you have got to at least acknowledge the the at least the time that was given, the rocket that he took, at least for that time. You have to acknowledge that, because that's like saying Austin is only an Attitude Era guy when Kurt Angle continued it, or Sean continued it. Like, it doesn't matter. Austin is a Hall of Famer because of the time at least that he gave. Same deal goes for Batista, but it has got to go to it's got to go to Batista and Cena at the same time. I'm gonna be cheated if not, because that is just it's perfect, truly.
I mean, you want to talk about Hall of Famers long overdue? I mean, look at the Undertaker. He came in at the tail end of the Golden Age, basically for the most part, along with Bret Hart, Razor, Shawn, carried the new generation on their backs. Then ate along with the Attitude Era, had to reinvent himself at the tail end of that era, blend the ruthless aggression, revert back to the dead man, and then carry that character all the way up until his retirement.
Yeah, he did. He did. He did get inducted very late, but they really. I would say that it was worth for Undertaker, worth the wait. It was absolutely worth the wait.
Oh, completely.
But one of you guys were talking about the finish, the finish for tonight's match with Gunther. That tapping out was not the way to go. I would agree. If there was a way, if he had to lose, I would say let him take a pin. Let him take a pin.
For me, I would have said, instead of having him tap out, he should have passed out. That way he could live up to his moniker of never give up. I mean, you look at the match Gunther had in July with Goldberg. Did Goldberg tap out? No, he passed out.
That's true.
I think that was
just felt cheated, man. That's all.
I guess for me, I feel like Cena did that on purpose, though. I just feel like that was his way of saying goodbye. I don't know. It just, even that smile, like, it didn't feel like it felt like a bittersweet smile. It didn't feel like I think it was AK that said, it's like a Triple H's way of saying, screw you, this is my way.
No, him losing the match was his way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like it was all Cena. And that's where, in my heart, like, he always said, he wanted to elevate talent, for his last run, he wanted to elevate people. He wanted to help people. I think passing the torch was absolutely the way he wanted to help a guy like Gunther, or help a guy, like he put over the fucking Brock Lesnar for no reason. But, like, it's like with what Joe Hendry says. Like, even with Joe Hendry, like, after his match, he was giving him all of his he was giving him flowers and stuff, and that's cool because that's Cena. That's Cena being Cena. But I think in the ring for Gunther, I mean, this is like when Mick Foley lost to Randy Orton in a hardcore match. This is like when this is literally like when Ric Flair, give it to me, I'm done. I love you all, but I'm done.
I love you.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry, I love you. Boom.
And that's the moment that Cena was trying to give us, was that Ric Flair style moment. I think that's where the smirk comes from. I think because I kind of took it where it's like, I'm done. I love you. I'm done. Like, it was just one of them things. Like, I can't. Career's over. And it I know tapping out isn't Cena's thing, but tonight it was just something that gave us a shock factor. It gave Gunther elevation in his career, and it just gave us a bittersweet send off. And I think that's everything Cena planned to give us. If I can read that man's brain for a minute, if I could read that brain for the night, he wanted to bring all three things into one big moment. And you can hear the silence in that crowd, absolute silence of what just happened. Same goes for Flair, same goes for Undertaker's streak. And it's just, beautiful. It was beautiful to me. I
Right.
know tapping out is a little bit weird, but I feel like feigning, like feigning would have been worse. I feel like it just didn't. It wouldn't have made sense to me.
Do you think
Granted,
they
to be
did it for
fair
the
with the
shock factor?
Yeah,
granted,
shock factor, emotions, all of that.
in fairness, though, with the whole streak ending of the Undertaker, we didn't know midway through the match he had suffered a concussion, and that's why he got sloppy.
Sure, but the match was going to be won by Brock anyways.
True. Even if Undertaker was fully confident, he would have laid down for Brock. It's just the fact that he got concussed made that feel a little tainted.
I don't know. The stories say otherwise.
First and foremost, this was, in my mind, this was not a passing of the torch match.
No.
It wasn't. Okay, first and foremost, I can think of many other people who are way more worthy of passing of the torch than Gunther. I'm sorry.
Fair.
Just all.
LA Knight would have been that guy. I truly wish.
I mean, dude, you got Seth Rollins, you got LA Knight, you got Jey Uso, you got all these young talents. Like, first and foremost, I can't sit here and guarantee you Gunther's going to be here 7, 8, 9 years from now. Can you? You know what I mean? Like, that, you can't tell me that that's what this is. Usually the passing of the torch comes after they all have already quit. So I expect a match to come up like maybe this year or next year, sometime we don't least expect it, to where that torch will be passed. You know, because all these guys have had their matches later on after they've already quit wrestling. So I don't think it's been passed yet. I don't think there's even anyone worthy of passing it to at this point, at this moment. Truly.
Well, you know, since we're talking about the guy, like who the guy was, who the guys are, and then the passing of the torch, you know, let's talk about that. So I feel like right now, we're in a very interesting time where the tippity top of the mountain is kind of crowded. You know, it's not just one guy. We've got QB1 himself, Cody Rhodes. We got CM Punk. We got Roman Reigns. And you know what? I'm also going to put Seth Rollins up there as well. So let me. So I want to get your thoughts from you, Raph, about this. If those are the four guys, if you agree with my assessment, those are the four top guys in the company right now, right? And one of them were to pass the torch to somebody else. Who do you think is one guy that you've seen thus far that will get that torch passed on to?
Oh, that's a tough question. I'm passing out the torch. But I think that I would love to see John Cena passing the torch to Cody Rhodes, because nobody thought that Cody Rhodes would have like an amazing run like he had, because over for the last few years, we've been seeing like the American Nightmare between for 2023, 2024, 2025. I mean, and he became the undisputed champion. And no one can deny the talent and skill that he really provides, because I know some athletes, they're passing their prime, but of course, there's a brand new talent coming up there to say, hey, let's get past the torch right now. I mean, there's a huge group of new superstars coming up there with a lot of skills. And of course, they just wanted to ready to eat the world. I mean, they're giving a lot of significance to see how the new generation is going to embody the new times of WWE, because if we grow up in the 90s, we just saw Stone Cold Steve Austin was his prime, also The Undertaker, also the 2000 was a perfect year to see The Rock, Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, Kurt Angle. Right now in 2010, they have Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Also, they have, well, a lot of great woman talent, which is Sasha Banks, Bailey, Charlotte. Also, there's Becky Lynch. But of course, in when we're talking about the 2020, I think it's the moment that we just saw for like a new group of superstars wants to take over. I mean, it's gonna be like a really hard to decide how it's gonna be like a passing the torch. And I mean, it's gonna be like something to realize who's gonna be like the next big thing for this company, which is WWE.
I think it probably might be early, but I would say the next guy to get the torch passed Granted, it's going to be years from now, but the next guy, I would imagine, is going to be Joe Hendry. I'm gonna put it. I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's a
put it
good
right
one.
there. Joe Hendry
Sure.
will be the next guy to get that torch passed when the time is ready.
I don't know. Joe's
Yeah.
up there in his age in his own right. He's 37 years old. This may be that might be a little late for him.
You don't look it in the ring. I gotta say this though, guys. I actually, and I mean, this guy's been crazy in NXT, but after the performance done by Obafemi tonight, that's my next guy. That guy, I literally
Ooh.
said on the stream, he's probably the next Goldberg.
Oh,
You're not going to see it from LA Knight because Triple H hasn't really done anything to give him anything, and that is an issue with Triple H's era. That's why he was booed tonight. If you heard that, he was booed out the building because
I have to agree. I mean, Oba would fit that bill a little better. He's
Yeah.
only 27 years old.
I don't think age is a factor anymore. The pro wrestling world today, age doesn't matter. I mean, even Gunther is up there in age, and it just depends on how long you can run for. But when you look at the young talent, like you look at
Joe Hendry,
but you look at young talent like Carmelo Hayes. You look at those guys. You look at actual like raw talent like LA Knight. You look at guys who are legends who don't have anything like Miz. He got something tonight, but he hasn't gotten much. There's a lot of guys that haven't been able to get that big push because Triple H has stayed with those specific couple of people, which is why I am a little bit upset that LA Knight wasn't the guy. I also was upset because LA Knight and John Cena had interactions in 2023 when John Cena was endorsing LA Knight. And I feel like that could have been turned into something. Though, yes, people in the beginning of the retirement tour, farewell tour, were wanting Gunther versus Cena. They were wondering about it. Maybe it wasn't as needed now than it was then. And so I think LA Knight definitely could have been the guy to pass the torch to, or at least endorse for tonight. But I don't know. It's really hard to say when there isn't really much talent elevated at all right now because you have Cody Rhodes staying in the main event, CM Punk staying in the main event. You're trying with Braun Breaker, but it's not working very well right now with the promo work. You're trying with Bronson Reed, but you keep setting him back. Bring him up, setting him back. Bring him up, setting him back. There's a pattern with Jey Uso even. Up, down, up, down. Jey Uso went to went into the mid card. Up, down, down. It's a revolving door. It truly is. And that's why, like, even Drew McIntyre, it's like, when the hell is this guy going to be a world champ again and actually have a run? When are we going to elevate this talent? You're not going to have Drew McIntyre forever. And he is in the best shape of his life. What are you
Hell
doing?
yeah.
So that's my take on that.
You know, I noticed something about John Cena, and this is a rare. This is a rare stat. It's not even a stat technically, but he's one of he's one of these superstars that went an entire career. He wasn't part of a stable. He wasn't the lead of a group or anything like that.
That's
yeah, he had a little stint in the Nexus, but it wasn't his group. He was forced to be a member because he lost the match and whatever. It was all storyline. But like he went an entire career never needing a group to back him up or anything like that. You know, you look at the other top guys that I mentioned earlier. Cody, you know, part of a stable with Legacy back in the day, right? Roman Reigns. I mean, that's explains itself right there. The Shield, and now the Bloodline. Seth Rollins, the Shield, and now, well, the Vision for a little bit, right? And CM Punk, he had the Straight Edge Society thing going on. Then he went on to lead the Nexus. Cena never needed a stable, never needed that kind of creative.
Correct. And
Yes.
that goes for his character, man. That goes for what he was needed for. I mean, you have guys who are needed to be in that type of spot. Cena never needed that, and that goes for the strength of him as a performer, and that goes to the strength of business. Cena has always been a very business oriented minded person, and when you see the T-shirt sales, when you see the match qualities, like obviously, like you even mentioned, he's been part of tag teams before. He's been part of Survivor Series matches, and those aren't stables. Those are just spots to be filled. He's always been a spot to be filled, and it's always been 100% every time. And that's why if you put him in a singles competition, you're going to get a lot out of the guy. And so, but I mean, look at guys like Orton and Batista. They had to be in Evolution. They had to be in Orton had to be in Legacy. He had to start Legacy to really get his heel character working. Cena didn't need The Rock to get his heel gimmick to work.
Nope.
Cena didn't need Brock Lesnar in 2003 when they were doing their weird thing for Survivor Series. He never needed anybody to, he never needed anyone to back him, not just in the ring as a storyline competitor, but just in business. He never had to do that because he was the goddamn business. Same with Austin. The only thing he ever did tag-wise was Triple H.
Occasionally with The Undertaker, but that didn't really last all that long. But in other cases, and then there was the dumb thing with the Alliance. I mean, I understood why have Austin in the Alliance because they needed someone who could be a stable leader and come off as the paranoid heel. But it was just so goofy.
Oh, yeah. You saw some really funny moments from Austin at that time, though. He really turned it into something. But it took him to do it. And I think if you did put Cena in some kind of stable like that, you would trust Cena to be the number one guy and turn something fucking stupid as hell into complete gold.
Do you guys think from a since we're talking about business, right? Do you think it would have been bad for business for AEW if Tony Khan did allow Edge or Chris Jericho to make an appearance at tonight's show?
No,
not really.
No.
It would have helped probably. It would have helped, and I think that would have eventually just, if Triple H allows it too, because we all know how bitter Triple H is with rivals. He learned from Vince. I think if he would have allowed it too, like that would have been the squash of the beef. Same deal with TNA. There is no beef anymore. It's just pro wrestling. There is no beef. What's the beef? What, that Tony has Ring of Honor and New Japan? Okay, we have TNA now. Who cares?
And AAA. Don't forget
Right.
about that.
Exactly. So like it's a fair trade.
And not to mention they're also trying to go out of their way to poach Pro Wrestling Noah.
There you go.
I mean, it's true.
I mean, you've sent a small handful of your NXT talent to Noah in the last 2 years alone, and you poached him for about a year for excursionary purposes. You poached the guy who's their current GHC heavyweight champion.
Yeah, if they had Jericho and Edge there, I don't recall who else they have. Oh, Shelton Benjamin too. They have Shelton Benjamin. He was
And
part of
Bobby
the OVW
Lashley.
class. They have Bobby Lashley. They have so many guys that have had history with Cena. It would not have been bad for business at all, in my opinion, to have those guys make an appearance. For all I know, we might see in the next few days. Maybe they were up all the way in the nosebleeds and a fan saw them and took a picture. It'll be posted somewhere on social media at some point. I don't know, but if they can let Billy Gunn show up at the Hall of Fame when he was already contracted with AEW, then why can't you let it happen with these guys for John Cena?
They did give him shit for it though. Mad shit. Mad shit.
They did. Yeah, they did.
Called AEW a pissant company and everything.
Vince will buy that company just to fire you all over again.
Oh,
Kinda like how he
jeez.
did with WCW. I mean, honestly,
Hey, Billy Gunn asked for that, by the way. He did mention the fire. He can't fire me.
I mean, if Jeff Jarrett still had possession of TNA, I think there still would have been beef between him and Vince.
100%. Jeff Jarrett having issues with Vince and Triple H is exactly like Brett having issues with Goldberg. Sorry, Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg.
Oh yeah, they'll never call him Goldberg. It's always Bill Goldberg.
What is he going to do about it? Say it to my face, Bill Goldberg. Now, I will get crushed, though. I will get crushed. Bret Hart got crushed, too, but I will get crushed for sure if I say that shit to Bill Goldberg in his face.
Did any of you guys get any of Cena's merch this past year from any of the
Yes.
cities?
No.
Not the cities, but I got his farewell tour shirt from last year. I don't even know if it's still in my... Is it? No, it's not. What the hell is this shirt, then? Oh, it's a Chiefs shirt. Go Chiefs.
If he had shown up for the Spectrum Center event, I would have bothered going to the Subi stand and purchasing a Last Time Is Now in the colors of the Hornets.
Oh, here it is.
Let's see it. There it is. Oh yeah.
Would have worn it if I knew where it was. You know what? I'm wearing it just like that. Sue me.
AK Raph, did you guys get any Cena merch this year?
Not yet. Not yet, but I'm hoping to get a one for Christmas. So yeah, I'm hoping one.
My question is, will this now mean that when he's not doing time in Hollywood, will John actually do wrestling conventions?
Oh, meetups. Okay. That would be nice. If he does, he better come to Kansas City because Raw was in Kansas City twice this year, and not once did Cena show up. Just saying.
He better show up to WrestleCade next year. I mean, sure, he's going to charge an arm and a leg for an autograph.
I saw what they were charging for meet and greets for Survivor Series, over $400, and his line and his line was long as hell from what I saw.
Oh,
fuck
God.
that!
Fuck. I met Kane with like, I don't know, 100 or something like that, or like almost $200. That's a good price for Kane. That though, that's fucking crazy.
I went to SummerSlam this year, and my regret was not picking up a New Jersey Cena farewell T-shirt. I did not pick one up, and now when I go online to look for it, WWE Shop doesn't have it. It's on sale. I can buy it off of eBay, but they're charging $100 for a shirt. $100 for a John Cena shirt.
I'm the eBay guy, by the way. I shop on eBay like every week, so if you need any advice, let me know.
Give me some kind of promo code or something to get 50%.
Where did all this shit come from? I'm just saying.
The eBay master over here, guys.
Even this Dale Earnhardt car came from eBay. This John Cena came from eBay. Majority of these came from eBay. eBay. Not this though. WWEshop.com. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
I'm a worker, brother. I know how to work shit.
So now that Saturday night's main event is behind us, where do we go from here, guys?
I don't know how you can.
As far as I'm concerned, it's off to the road to WrestleMania, which means we've got a 6 or 7 week trek to the Royal Rumble. We might as well get our headdresses, load up the camels, and get to Saudi Arabia.
There you go.
Raph, where do we go from here, you think?
Right now, after the Saturday night main event, I mean, they just keep like at a lot of goosebumps where we see, but there is like something like a sour that we just got into in some matches. I mean, one of those matches it blows away, but the rest of it, like, it just seems like a really sour. But I think between for like 2026 coming up to here, when it comes to Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, I mean, that's gonna be like a so much really complicated because who knows that? And the first event is gonna be an international event.
First time since 1988 that the Rumble's been outside of the United States, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was with the inaugural Royal Rumble, and that wasn't even a pay-per-view. That was a televised event.
Dude, you're not going to count the greatest Royal Rumble.
That thing
Oh.
We're not going to count that one. Come on, we got a great moment with Titus O'Neil out of that.
Braun Strowman won that shit.
Yeah,
Braun Strowman, the guy that's not even here anymore. He does the greatest.
That event was a farce. It was Vince's booking at its absolute worst.
Fair enough, yeah. I think, though, with that show, it's funny because Braun Strowman went from being the greatest Royal Rumble winner to now having the greatest television show of all time. Sue me. I love that show. But I got to answer the question, too, though. Like, if I had to really see what's next, from what the showing was today, I keep forgetting her name.
Solruka?
Thank you. Her and Obafemi have got to be on the minds of WWE Creative. Have got to be on their minds because, I mean, obviously they weren't perfect matches. The women's match was amazing, but like they weren't perfect matches. But that's because that's their first ever main roster match ever, and it's awesome. It's awesome that they were picked to do that because Obafemi, from what we've seen in TNA,
NXT.
Holy shit, NXT, holy shit, what an athlete. What an athlete. And when you look at guys like Cody Rhodes who can elevate him like that, when you see the main roster, there's a lot of vets that can take care of him. And I think people like Javon Evans, people like Ethan Page, when are they going to be on the main roster? Who on the main roster are you going to elevate now? You don't have Jey Uso anymore because he's on the tag division, which is good. He needs to stay on the tag division. But then who do you bring up to take on guys like Gunther? Who do you take on for guys like Punk, Braun Breaker, all that? LA Knight is a name. Braun Breaker's getting up there. Needs to do better with promos, but he's getting there. He's getting me a lot of views. I'll say that much.
Breaker's basically like, for me, American Okada. Good in the ring, but I mean early 2012 Okada. Good in the ring, but horrible on the mic.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I love
mean,
Braun Breaker too.
Yeah, I mean, some wrestlers got the good skills, but it just seems like there's some wrestlers that have like some bad microphone skills that needs to improve a lot because not many wrestlers had a like lightning the tourists with a microphone that they drop it out with a lot of promos because I know that if your promo is good, people will always crowd you. But if the promo sounds really bad, I don't know, they just run to the road of tomatoes coming out there. But if the people want to see the talent and of course the skills and the movements, I mean, it's gonna be really different because I just saw that LNI is really good at the microphone, but he needs to get improved about for like all these moments because I know he's been working a lot, but he needs to get improve his wrestling movements or until it's gonna be late.
Yeah.
I hope it's not too late for him. You know, he's got this break right now. You know, they wrote him off and they really wrote him off, kicking his ass the way they did. He got tsunamied onto a car. Like he's gonna be
in my hometown, by the way.
In your hometown. Yeah, right down the block from you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually there when it happened, like downtown when it happened.
But this is their chance to really to really try to I wouldn't say repackage him. I think he's fine the way he is, but they really got to try to hype him up so that way when he comes back, it's back to like how would I compare it? Sort of like uh a 2002 Triple H return. That January
The Royal
Raw.
Rumble.
Yeah, exactly. If he could come back to that kind of love, that kind of hype, that would help him so much.
Sure, go the John Cena route, go the Triple H route, man. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Even if you go the Rock route and just cut a damn promo where it's just like, I'm back, motherfuckers, come at me, and just have the excitement there. I think the way this should happen, and I know Triple H is going to do it another way. I think Triple H is going to do it where he's just going to come back and attack people. I'm tired of seeing return attacks. Give the guy a microphone, tell him, "Yeah, coming after you, man," and kick his ass at the Rumble or some shit. I don't know. Whenever Roman returns, it's always an attack. Whenever just other people return, and it's like, it's just attacks. Why? What's the point?
Because
Like,
because it's a repetitive running gag and useful plot device for wrestling bookers.
sure, but it doesn't work for LA Knight. That's for sure. It does not work for LA Knight. And I think LA Knight needs to come back, have a microphone in hand. The same thing with Triple H. Triple H came back, didn't attack Austin, didn't attack Chris Jericho, didn't attack anybody. And he just came back at Madison Square Garden in that really cool jacket. LA Knight definitely probably will have a new jacket, by the way. But it just needs to be Cena, Triple H, Rock caliber for sure.
Right now, it's been over an hour now since the show ended, and I would say the way I'm feeling right now, I feel like a big piece of my wrestling heart just disappeared on me, and I need to fill it with somebody else.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need somebody to step up and fill that spot that John Cena just left.
Looking at this shirt's hard because I have to go back and I remember buying this a year ago. I remember buying this right after he announced the retirement tour. And now all of a sudden, or farewell tour, whatever this is called. But like, I remember seeing that promo I was in my kitchen and I was just watching it from the highlights of Money in the Bank, and it's just like now I'm seeing the shirt, and from that time I was on my phone. I watched that promo on my phone, purchasing that shirt, and now I'm here. It's scary to think like that, and it's scary to know that all that to now go to what's next. Orton's not really around that much. I can appreciate that CM Punk is my champion right now. I can at least have that. But man, it's just a life without Cena. Like I know Hulk Hogan ended up not being a great guy, but I can absolutely understand how people felt when he had his last match and when he wasn't with the WWE anymore, when he wasn't wrestling anymore. Like fans didn't know what to do. This man came along. And you're right. Somebody needs to step up. Their time is now. And I think that guy, I'm going to say it again. I think that guy's Obafemi. 100% Obafemi.
In the long term, I would agree with Oba. Short term, Hendry.
Yes. I love that thing they did, that cameo they did. I love that so much. They at least let Miz be part of that. They at least let
Truth
be part of that. They let Hendry be part of that. Like we never got Miz and Hendry this year. But damn, what a moment. What a damn fun moment there.
Very good moment. Very, very good moment.
And the reason I say Joe Hendry for the short term is because, again, me in wrestling, age is a factor. Sure, in Japanese wrestling, you see guys going in through their 50s and 60s. I mean, I've met a few that are still going in their 50s, like Nagata, Kojima, Suzuki, etc. But here in America, we use a different style that leads you basically getting retired before you even hit 50 in a lot of cases. And
Sure.
in the short term, Hendry will be good, but once he hits around 45, 47 years old, that's going to be it for him. By contrast with Oba, you can play the long game with him.
We're gonna go. If I were to switch mine up to somebody younger, I'll need some help from you guys because I don't know how old he is, but either Ethan Page or Ricky Saints has a bright future ahead of them.
I'm on it. Ethan
Yes.
Page.
I would love to Ricky Saints.
36. I mean, Ethan is 36.
30s is not that bad if you're in the WWE level.
Ricky
I mean, look at
Saints is 35.
Look at when Batista started back in the day. And that was old in 2003, 2002. That was old. Nowadays, Batista would fucking ram through the roster at that age.
Oh, yeah.
He would be facing Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania next year. Like, you know?
Yeah, true.
Raph, what about you? What do you think is next?
Ethan Page.
Yeah?
Yes, Ethan Page.
I mean, I can agree with both of those if you want the new torchbearer to be a heel, especially when you consider how much of a jackass Ethan is.
I mean, he's doing magic right now with Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green and him are a great pair right now.
I just hope it doesn't lead to an affair that gets under Cardona's skin.
I doubt it. But hey, I mean, we got magic with affairs before Edge and Matt Hardy, so
yep.
And then we got real
true.
black marks on the industry with the whole Kurt and Karen angle and Jeff Jarrett angle.
Oh yeah. I heard that story. All right, guys, we're in the we're gonna start closing up in the next few minutes. I got work tomorrow, so I gotta get some shut eye real soon. But you know, I wanna give you guys each like a chance to like just close us out tonight with your thoughts and feelings with everything that went down tonight, and just your time to just let it all out. So, Raph, let's start with you, my man. What are you feeling? What are you thinking tonight?
Well, I think about tonight was pretty much emotional for most of the hardcore wrestling fans, and it's just like very incredible to see a lot of the career. But I think it's time to tell to Triple H, let the young generation begin, because I understand, because there's a brand new future coming out there for the WWE, and somehow they don't want to waste it because they want to see them. The audience want to see the brand new generation of WWE, and they don't want it to mess it up. They don't want it to waste their time because they wanted to keep here to prove who they are with the skills, also the movements, the mic, everything. Because I'm ready for this. Because I'm ready to see the brand new generation. But of course, as you know, as a good wrestling fan, I just wanted to tell you, when it comes to the end of the era, it's time to remember, and of course, all the good times, and of course, never forget what we are here to discuss wrestling teams.
Mhm.
Mets.
This is a moment. What we are here to see is possibly it is time for the new gen to get the torch. The question is, how long does the current gen hold on to it? Triple H has got to be careful with this. This was the stuff that killed WCW when the old guard just refused to give the young lions the torch, and it became for the old guard more a case of take, not give. Triple H's got to get his head out of his ass sooner or later and realize this is not WCW. This is WWE. And sooner or later, the younger kids, not a day over 30, are going to rebel. As for tonight, triumphant yet bittersweet.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Pyro.
Well, John Cena's time is up. My time is now to speak on I think I'm speaking on everybody's behalf. Just thank you, Cena. And yeah, I agree with Mets. So this is not WCW. This is also not the Attitude Era. Okay. At some point, Triple H is going to have to pull the trigger and realize the Ruthless Aggression Era and TKO's era. Well, Ruthless Aggression Era will come through play. TKO's era is going to die. And it is time to stop having all these same storylines, same characters, same whatevers. Look at the formula that brought in so many stars from the Ruthless Aggression era and start with that, man. You just brought Joe Hendry in. You just brought Obafemi in. You just elevated LA Knight to at least that very finals of at least the finals there against Gunther. Pull the damn trigger. Drew McIntyre. They fucking buried him tonight. Pull the trigger on the guy. They're trying to pull it on Braun Breaker. They're trying to pull it with Bronson Reed. Logan Paul. Who the fuck wants that motherfucker? Anyways, step it up and make sure these guys have a future. Because if you keep being, it's almost like MVP. It's almost like Dolph Ziggler. It's like if you don't pull the trigger on these guys, they won't start making you money because you are the one not producing what they are trying to produce. That is how it is. Dolph Ziggler produced everything. Triple H, no, not Triple H. Vince never pulled the trigger to make money off the guy. Never gave him a chance.
Same thing with Zack Ryder. Just viewed him as
Zack
a joke.
Ryder, yep. Wade Barrett, they're about to, but Wade Barrett's another name on that. John Moxley before he left. A lot of guys. So, pull the trigger on these guys. And I guess when it comes to Cena, I mean, Cena, 23 years. And none of that was with another promotion. None of that was with any quit. And none of that had many character changes. There wasn't a need to. That right there is grind, hustle, loyalty, respect, and just straight up work ethic. The very things that we were always planned to do or taught to do. So losing Cena tonight as a performer, it does feel like I'm losing that father, older brother figure in wrestling. But it's time for all the other guys to step up. I'm getting older. John Cena's getting older. We're all getting older. These kids need a hero. It can't just be Cody Rhodes. It can't just be CM Punk. Young guys, after what you saw tonight with Obafemi, with the women's match, with that tag match, and with Gunther getting the torch, step it up and get on the road. Your time is now.
From a show, I'll give you guys my thoughts. I think that they went the right route where the whole vibe of the show was about the future, right? You had guys, you had veterans on the show tonight that were all paired with new, fresh opponents, right? We mentioned Obafemi, we mentioned Sol Ruka, Javon Evans, Leon Slater, and now Gunther. We have vets against the new guys. Out of all of the new guys that are on that roster in that locker room, these are the guys they picked. Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry found himself a spot on WrestleMania. Not advertised for this show tonight, but they managed to last minute, I suppose, put him on the show. That says right there, those are the guys that they are going to be investing. So I appreciate that this was a very much a pay it forward for the future type of event, just the same way that they did the way they did that same opportunity for John Cena when he first debuted against Kurt Angle. I thought that was a great way to structure the show on. From a Cena perspective, it is bittersweet. It is sad to see him go. I'm happy that it's under his own terms, so to speak. I don't know how much of it was WWE's versus his, but there is a certain gratifying feeling that I have for him to be able to walk out on his own 2 feet. He's not injured. He's not in a bad place health-wise or anything like that. Pro wrestlers don't get that opportunity. This doesn't happen. Sometimes they don't even want to advertise that it's their last match, and we won't find out until weeks later. No, hey, that was their last match. Stone Cold Steve Austin or AJ Lee when she first retired. We didn't know that those were their last matches until way afterwards. So, like I said, this doesn't happen. And from the time that he announced it to tonight, it feels like a blink of an eye now. It passed by so fast. All we had was 36 dates from January 1st, actually January 5th, first night of Netflix, until tonight. 36 dates, all gone. That's it. The run is over. And now back to what you guys were saying. It's all about who's going to step up next. After hearing everything that you guys were saying, you guys have made me a believer that Obafemi could be it. I could see that happening now 100%. After everything that you guys were saying. It could be Obafemi. For the ladies, you got a lot of ladies back there that are new to this industry, new to the main roster, or about to hit the main roster. And out of everybody that they picked Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka has a bright future.
Yeah.
She can do a lot of great stuff in the ring, and I want to see more.
Me too. Absolutely. I thought Bailey took real good care of her too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for coming on to this special episode of Hot Takes and Headlocks, the John Cena Retirement Roundtable. All right. I want to thank you, Raph, for coming on. Fyro, Mets. We had a brief appearance from AK. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your night to come on to this show tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
All right. You guys, good night and talk soon.
Good night.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.